Hello there and welcome into Reminiscing with Shady, episode 30. This is the big 3-0. I've done 30 of these. And this is NFL Quarterback Club 98 for the Nintendo 64. And you're going to probably be jumping in somewhere towards the end of the opening quarter. I didn't want to make this a 30-minute long commentary like I did on the earlier Madden ones I did back in the early episodes. But what I did want to do is I wanted to have time to share a story with you. And while I don't particularly hold this game to be really good or, you know, a better football game than the other games of the time, you know, there was NFL Game Day, there was Madden was around at this point, and then I think there was NFL Blitz, NFL Extreme, there were so many. But what this game means to me, and this is kind of a reminder of my childhood and the fact that after my parents had split up, I was put in charge of the YMCA daycare, and so they had like this, they called it this rec area, and basically it was an indoor carpeted area that had a rock wall, kind of a jungle gym area. Had a half-court basketball hoop with three-point line. Then it had like this little kid room where like anyone under the age of 5 could go. And then they had this gaming room, and in the gaming room they had like I think 3 TVs. This is back, you know, they were like 12-inch TVs, and they had PlayStation and 2 Nintendo 64s. And they only had like 5 games, and this was actually one of those games. And I used to, after school, go there because, you know, my mom didn't get done for another hour or two after I was done with school. And my grandmother drove the bus route for money just because she could. And so I waited on her, and every day I would go in there, and every day I would play the game. And actually my first experience, this is much later, I was probably 5th or 6th grade. When I first swore in public, there's this guy, his name was David Gray, he was like the manager there. And there's some kids that, I don't really remember what had happened, but they had made me angry. And I just started swearing and freaking out on these kids. Like, I mean, they couldn't have been freshmen, sophomores in high school. And I went and got Dave, and then Dave went and talked to him, and then he made them apologize to me, which I don't even think was necessary. I don't even remember who those kids were. But that was something that happened, and every day after school I used to play basketball, and I got really good at basketball. I'm actually still pretty decent of a basketball player. But more about the gaming area. It was, I would say it was like a 12 by 8 room, maybe 12 foot by 8 foot room. And we had this guy who was really, really good, like really good at this game, like insanely good at this game. And he was going for like some Guinness Book of World Records, as I thought. I mean, I was, you know, really young, so I didn't know like what it meant or whatnot. But he played like all day. We were there all afternoon, and he played like 10 games trying to get this record, and he finally got it. It was like he had to score like so many points. I think he tried to score like 150 points or something. And so he finally did it, and sure enough, we celebrated and we cheered and we were laughing and happy and all that. And that was kind of my first social kind of gaming experience, because up until that point I'd been playing things like Croc and Crash Bandicoot, single-player games that really didn't have any, I guess, you know, social aspects. And so that was really where my social gaming kind of came about, and where I kind of got that start. And I was back in Circleville, where I'm from, maybe a week ago, and I had driven by there, and it reminded me of this story. And I had already actually gotten this game to tell the story, and so I decided to come home and write it down, and here I am a few days later recording this. But I went to the YMCA in this little rec room kind of place, maybe every day for 4 years after school. You know, and you know, nothing ever happened bad, which is good. Had a lot of fun there. Did get some Pokemon cards stolen from me, but not stolen like you know, they were swiped out of my backpack, stolen, like as in this guy was really good, and I was trading him a Machamp for a Squirtle, Bulbasaur, and I think an Onix or something, and he took the Squirtle, Bulbasaur, and Onix when I was putting away my other cards, and took my Machamp that I traded to him. And I was upset about that. But yeah, this has been Reminiscing with Shady, episode 30. It's a little bit of NFL QB Club 98, Denver Broncos, John Elway. I was a big Broncos fan back in the day, but not so much anymore. I'm a local boy Bengals fan. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I'll catch you next time. Later, guys.